Officer Citation 904 Mike Zulu off Danbury. Speed's our friend for a number of reasons. Maybe the most important is our CAD/CAM system and the fact that that enables us to deliver products very quickly. I'm talking about days to our test facility and ultimately to our customers. There just isn't anybody else in the industry that can do that. Certainly Missy, Miles, Tinker, and Allison setting records literally on a weekly basis makes Speed our friend.
We create the finest performance equipment in the world. Our state-of-the-art CAD/CAM network allows us to engineer 3D models that set machining and laser cutting into action. We've got the fastest concept to reality time in the business.
This is a Super VDH Active. It's got 6 inches of plush travel. You can put a new shock, make it 7 1/4 if you want, but it's more than anybody needs, more than what I need. It's got the single pivot, no flex, side-to-side action. This bike is the stiffest bike out in the market, and that's what you want. And the other best thing about it is this bike will not break. Best test pilots in the world, best racers in the world are on it, and it doesn't break. It's fat.
This is the 1997 Moto Fork. It will feature 8 to 10 inches of stanchion tube overlap and a 30mm hub axle to keep your wheel true within your fork blades, even at high speed. It will also feature 6-way tuning. First, your triple clamps will be micro-adjustable so that you can literally adjust your head angle on your bike. At the heart of the Moto Fork will be the Moto cartridge. This cartridge will be preload adjustable, both with pressure and with volume. Rebound will be adjustable through the use of shims as well as compression. Changing these shims will alter both your rebound and your compression. The oil viscosity can be changed. Changing the oil viscosity will change both your rebound and your compression simultaneously. And finally, it will have a low-speed dial to control all of your low-speed hits. The Moto Fork is disc brake compatible and features an 1 1/8" steer tube. Now the best fits on every bike. Get the fork that won the Velo News Technical Development of the Year Award, the Moto 120.
This is the Headshock Moto Fork. It's the best triple clamp out in the market. It's got 6-way adjustability, so my guys at the box fan can tune it for any occasion I have. It's race proven by me and Miles, and it's super stiff.
The reason you want to get off your hardtail right now is because you want the bump absorption. The thing you don't want to give up is your nice crisp feel of your hardtail. The Super V Active, with its precision tracking, which means the rear wheel is going to stay in plane with the front triangle and the front wheel, is the only full suspension bike that gives you both. Unified rear triangles don't work equally as well when you're sitting and when you're standing. Multi-link pivot systems wear out, and in both of these cases there's added flexibility. The key to Cannondale Super V Active is its pivot location. We go slightly above and behind the bottom bracket with a nice large, stiff pivot location that joins the front and rear triangle. In the rear triangle or swing arm, we use sealed cartridge bearings. The combination of the front and rear triangle sealed cartridge bearings means no maintenance for you, and it means precision tracking, both of which are lacking in the unified rear triangle designs and the multi-link pivot designs. The key to any full suspension bike is its pivot location, and on the Cannondale Super V Active, we designed the pivot location to be slightly above and behind the bottom bracket. What that does for you is it balances out the different chain forces and pedaling forces that are going on so that you get a consistent ride whether you're standing, seated, climbing, or descending. The front derailleur, you'll notice, is mounted on the swing arm. Because we didn't want to compromise our pivot location, we had to find something to do with the front derailleur, and we mounted it onto the swing arm, so it actually rotates a slight arc when the rear wheel encounters a bump. We have a nice integral rear brake stop for your rear brakes. We have the rear shock being pushed on at a 3-to-1 ratio, which in simple terms means when the shock moves 1 inch, the rear wheel is going to move 3 inches. We have, in typical Cannondale fashion, oversized, thin wall seat stays. Back here at the dropouts, you'll notice the lack of pivot locations. Again, that's no place to wear out and no place to add added flexibility. We also have Cannondale's patented replaceable rear derailleur hanger, very oversized chain stays, and the key to the swing arm, the pivot ears. These are intricate CNC pivot ears which allow for maximum crank clearance, chainring clearance, front derailleur clearance, and tire clearance. We also have it designed so that you can put a 50-tooth chainring on here if you so desire. What all these features add up to is the best full suspension bike on the market today.
The super reactive 100 SL, Cannondale's top-of-the-line full suspension frame for 1997. 100 millimeters of plush hyperactive travel. SL means super light. This frame is now almost a pound lighter than the super reactive from 1996. We've butted the bazooka down tube, we've thinned out the seat struts, we've thinned out the seat stays, we've thinned out the chain stays. We've done strategic milling on the CNC parts, like the pivot mount and like the rear dropout. Overall, this bike is almost a full pound lighter than the 1996, but still maintains precision tracking, which means the front and rear wheels stay in plane with each other. There are some very pretty bikes on the market made out of carbon fiber, but sometimes we ask ourselves, why? Why do they try to sell a bike that doesn't have precision tracking? Flexy is not sexy. Super V100 SL has an oversized pivot, just one pivot. We don't have a whole bunch of pivots all over the place that can eventually wear and loosen up. One pivot, because links are for wieners.
The Moto 80. The 80 is the little brother of the 120. It is designed for downhill or cross-country use. It features an 1.8-inch steer tube and of course is disc brake compatible. It also features a patented quick release for easy wheel changes. The Moto 80. Now the best fits on every bike. The Fatty 70. It smokes the competition. It's hyperactive. It features 88 needle bearings that allowed the stanchion tubes to roll rather than slide. It has precision tracking. Its power pyramid blades are both stiff and light. The Fatty 70 has 5-way tuning. It has adjustable preload, rebound, compression, oil viscosity, as well as on-the-fly damping. The Fatty 70. Light up this fatty and you'll smoke the competition.
This is the fork in which I use. It's the Fatty head shock. For 1997, it's going to have a full 70 millimeters of travel. It's got tracking precision, which when the wheel is in place, it doesn't move side to side because the fork is completely balanced. It's moving by itself. Instead of having two independent moving shock blades, it's one unit and it's very light.
Emotion. Don't be afraid to be weak.
The DD60. It outperforms Judy and Mach 5. It's hyperactive. It features 88 needle bearings that allow the stanchion tubes to roll, not slide. Its wishbone blade assembly is both super stiff and super light. No unsynchronized blade compression commonly found in telescoping blade forks. The DD60 cartridge has been retuned for 1997. It features adjustable preload that can be micro-adjusted for rider weight using one of 3 different springs. The option of an oil viscosity change is also given to the rider, changing compression and rebound simultaneously. And finally, it has on-the-fly lockout. a feature only incorporated into head shock forks.
We make it! Now I'd like to show you the Super Reactive 80. We've brought the top of the line Super Reactive from 1996 down to new, more accessible price points. 80 because there's 80 millimeters of travel in the back, but this has the same basic frame construction as the top of the line bike. Suspension is about better control. It's being able to carve a turn on a trail, staying in control. Some other full suspension bikes give you comfort, but you lose control because the bike is flexing around and not staying stiff and not keeping the front and rear wheel in the same plane. The Super Reactive 80, a rocket on rails.
Don't be afraid to be weak. Don't be too proud to be strong. Just look into your heart, my friend.
The MC60 beats Indy at the races. As with all head shocks, the MC60 features hyperactive response and precision tracking. It utilizes a coil spring over an elastomer and has a friction damper.
They call us the Destroyers.
Cannondale is serious about testing. So serious, in fact, that we've invested more than $500,000 in our state-of-the-art testing laboratory and staffed it with 4 full-time technicians.
Nothing gets out of here in one piece. We have destructive personalities here.
You need one of these to win one of these. You're looking at the National Championship Trophy, won by Tinker Juarez 2 consecutive years. Alison Seidor has been world champion for 2 years running using the CAD 3 frame, as light as titanium. Tinker, Alison, and Annabella will all be riding the Choice of Champions, the CAD 3 frame. As light as titanium, the CAD 3 frame features the Power Pyramid down tube. It's a swage tube that gets larger at the bottom bracket to give you stiffness for explosive power transfer. Also, the 3 main tubes are butted top tube, butted down tube, butted seat tube. They're thinned out in the middle where you don't need as much wall thickness, and they're thicker at the welds for strength. And lastly, the CAD 3 is made in the USA by the aluminum experts.
This is a Cannondale CAD 3, and this is the frame which I ride. And on this side, this is the Power Pyramid, and down in the bottom, as it makes it wider because it makes it stiffer and stronger. So as you're climbing or whenever you're giving, a lot of power, whether you're standing or something, it does not flex. And up here is butted, thicker at the front for stronger, to make it stronger. And in the middle is lighter, just to make it a lighter frame, and that's why I ride it.
Brico Sports Eyewear by Luxottica.
A lot of work, a lot of training.
Alison Seidor, world champion mountain biker.
I want you to see gold! See how gentle and unassuming I am?
I want you to see a blur. Brico by Luxottica. Available at sports eyewear providers everywhere.
The distinctive Killer V frame with unmatched crotch clearance and an ultra-strong front end reinforced by this 3-tube configuration. The Killer V frame features a jumbo oversized down tube for lightweight. It's butted at the welds, as well as the C-tube butted at the welds for lightweight. Hand finished, smooth joints increase the strength of the frame. A replaceable derailleur hanger means that even if you get into a crunch, you're back on the trail within minutes. The CAD 2 frame features butted tubing. The top tube, down tube, and C-tube are thin wall in the center, thickened up at the welds for strength. The welds are hand-finished smooth for increased strength, making a gusset virtually redundant. The CAD 2 frame features a replaceable rear derailleur hanger. In case you should damage your rear derailleur or the hanger, you can just unscrew the hanger, take it off, put a new one on, you're back on the trail within minutes. The CAD 2 frame is made in the USA by the aluminum experts. At Cannondale, we've made more aluminum frames than anyone else in the world. Cannondale is very proud to announce a new division of the company featuring imported steel bull horse bicycles. These beauties are designed to make you, the dealer, more competitive. We've already got reams of POs from Costco and Sports Authority. This is really going to make you more competitive.
With only 3 years on the international cycling scene, Coda Components will be featured on 3 bikes at the upcoming 1996 Summer Olympic Games. We're proud to have the chance to add an Olympic gold to our 7 World Championship medals. Added to our crank line is the new Coda 900 downhill crankset. This is the crankset of choice for the Volvo Cannondale team. The downhill model is CNC machined from 7075 aluminum, and additional chainrings with retention plate are available in 2-tooth increments from 46 to 62 teeth. The Coda thermoplastic handlebar weighs a scant 110 grams and has been engineered to withstand the rigors of competitive racing. This bar can be cut for shorter lengths and is designed to accept bar ends.
Yo, this is the Coda crank. It's light, it's stiff, and then when they say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 at a downhill, I want to go. And these things don't bend, and they don't flex, and they're ripping. And when I'm ripping down the downhill and I tack a pedal on the ground, they don't break. And that's the most important thing to me. They're light, they're fast, and they're stiff.
The The Coda 900 clipless pedal has taken the bicycle market by storm. The only pedal available today with 3 distinctly different bearings. It features a set of needle roller bearings, an oil light sleeve bearing, and a sealed cartridge bearing. The weave grips are made in the USA from unique Vicon 40 material and are available in black, clear, team red, and team yellow. The Coda 901 front hub is CNC machined in the US from 7075 T6 aluminum. Weighing only 114 grams, it is the lightest suspension hub on the market.
This is the new Coda 901 front hub. It's got an oversized axle for lateral stiffness. It's super light.
The Coda Bike Care line consists of a new synthetic grease, suspension fluid in 3 weights, and a new 1-ounce Bellows bottle of dry wax. Our commitment to innovation remains strong. We have 5 full-time employees dedicated exclusively to Coda. You've got the best technology and the knowledge that each product has been tested beyond all known industry standards.
They make it, we break it.
Things come in here so pretty and leave with the scrap man.
I'm an engineer here at Cannondale. I've spent a lot of time over the last year designing the CAD 3 as well as the Silk road frame. I'm not only an engineer, I'm a Category 1 road rider, and I've noticed a lot of advantages of suspension over the years. Suspension allows you to descend more comfortably, corner faster. Imagine driving your car and not having suspension around corners. This fork is a DD15 with 15 millimeters of travel. Us roadies tend to be very conservative, and we've worked with a lot of top teams and athletes on this new suspension technology, including Team Bodywise, Timex Cannondale team, and world champion Simon Lessing. We all agree the advantages of suspension are many. This is the year to give it a try.
New for 1997 is the Headshock DD15 fork. The DD15 fork utilizes the same technology as the DD60 and DD25. It has an MCU and a coil spring inside. In addition, it's oil damped, which allows you to turn the damping dial and lock out the fork for more efficient climbing and explosive sprints. The DD15 fork. Lock it and rock it. This is the new 1997 CAD 3 road frame. The CAD 3 frame features the power pyramid down tube, oversized at the bottom bracket to increase bottom bracket stiffness for explosive sprints and more efficient climbing. Smaller diameter at the head tube but thicker wall for increased strength. And the hand-finished welds increase strength as well. The tubing is butted, thinner in the middle, thicker at the welds where it needs to be for strength. New for 1997 is the super smooth seat stay. These seat stays now are in line with the rear axle, providing the most comfortable ride on any Cannondale road bike ever. Lastly, the CAD 3 frame is handmade in the USA by the aluminum experts. The CAD 3 road frame, as light as titanium. The slice fork is very lightweight, featuring a carbon fiber crown as well as carbon fiber blades. The ride on the slice is outstanding. The natural properties of carbon fiber damp out road shock, while the oversized oval sections at the top of the blades ensure confident cornering.
J'ai très très peur, ça c'est certain. J'ai très très peur, mais beaucoup moins. J'ai très très peur, ça c'est certain. J'ai très très peur, mais beaucoup moins que tous les gens à cette table de mon bateau ancré profond. Naviguer une direction et aller loin.
Cannondale is everywhere all the time. From NBC's Olympic coverage to Late Night with David Letterman and MTV and ABC Sports. From general interest magazines, from Newsweek to Sports Illustrated, we are building the ultimate bicycle brand.
Soles, our new collection of off-road footwear. Fully compatible with SPD-style cleats, Sea Soles are rugged enough for a full afternoon thrash and comfortable enough for extended post-ride lounging. Sea Soles include men's, women's, and casual. Let your soles guide you.
Where is he?
I don't know.
I think we should just go without him.
With over 20 t-shirts in the collection, we've got you covered.
Do you know what time it is?
Anyway, yeah.
Look, that's what time it is.
Oh. Many hardcore cyclists define performance as lightweight and stiffness, but there are a lot of other people out there who define performance as comfort, which is why Cannondale has introduced a line of 1997 Silkpath bicycles. The Silkpath uses the Headshock DD25 up front, a coil spring and an MCU inside, oil damped for over an inch of plush travel. And on top, of course, you've got the patented damping dial to deactivate the fork for sprinting and climbing. On the backside, we've got the Coda 900S suspension seat post with over an inch and a half of plush travel, taking the edge off of those railroad ties and potholes. The heart of the bike is the CAD 2 aluminum frame, butted, hand-finished, lightweight, made in the USA. Cannondale Silkpath, cruising without a bruising.
Hey everybody, let's have some fun. You only live but once, and when you're dead, you're done. So let the good time roll. Yeah, let the good time roll. I don't care if you're young or old. I want to get together and let the good time roll.
Sweet new water bottle graphics. Two fat air pumps for fast, high volume.
was a flight DeVille with a powerful motor and some hideaway wings. Pushing on the button and you will hear her sing. Now you can't catch me, baby, you can't catch me.
Make it.
We went against the grain in the 80s and set up manufacturing because our strategy has always been innovation. And if you're going to be an innovator, you've got to do your own manufacturing. You have no choice. You can't sit in this country and source it in the Far East, go there a year in advance, ask them for some new innovation. They're no dummies. They've been in the bike business a long time, and what they're going to do is they're going to make 3 for you and 3 for themselves and 3 for the next guy. So we always have wanted to make a better product. If you're going to make a better product, you got to have an operation that knows how to make that better product.
As a kid, I liked to break my toys.
Things come in here so pretty, but they leave with the junk man.
I have to take a chill pill whenever I get home.
We've developed frame, suspension, and component technology because it was necessary in order to make a better product. When you go buy a car, you don't go buy a frame and say, I'll have those fenders and this drivetrain and this engine. You go buy a complete vehicle. It's the same way with a bike. If you manufacture all of the componentry, all of the frames and so on, you can start with a clean sheet of paper and say, what's the best way to do this? And you end up with the best product.
Dealer service hours are Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. until 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're open on Saturdays, 10 a.m. until 6 p.m., and we're open on Sundays, 1 to 5.
Good afternoon, Cannondale. Bobby speaking. How can I help you?
Cannondale, this is Derek speaking.
Hello, Cannondale. Dawn speaking. May I help you?
Several years ago, we made a commitment to giving the best service in the industry, and in order to do that, we felt very strongly that a live person had to answer the phone. We weren't going to throw our calls into voicemail, and we've done it.
The winner of the 1995 Extreme Games and Bicycling Wizard, Libor Karas. Give him a hand, everybody. How you doing?
Good, how you doing?
I can do that too, I just don't want to. And, oh yeah! Give me a hand, everybody! Libor Karras, ladies and gentlemen!
Dirt Camp is the leading purveyor of instructional mountain bike vacations, offering top-quality instruction in scenic locations from world-class professional racers. As we enter our 4th year, we are extremely pleased to report that we have become the official mountain bike camp of Norba, and that Cannondale has signed on as our title sponsor.
What do I think a bicycle is going to look like in 2001? I'm very excited about that vision because what we have in our research and development lab today is many times more exciting than anything we have done to date. The opportunities to improve the bicycle, the function of the bicycle, are still huge, and we're hot on that course to make that happen.
That's the Raven. You can't look at that yet.
Oh! Time out for you, buddy. Nepal, first off, how do you spell it? Big N, little E, big P, A-L. Why were you in Nepal? Just for fun?
No, we went over to film Retread. It's a feature mountain bike movie that's going to be out in the spring.
Really?
And we just
Is that starring Richard Grieco?
Richard Grieco and Jeff Galooly.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I love Galooly.
That guy can ride.
How was the weather in Nepal?
It was like this.
Nice.
It was
really?
amazing. Yeah, it was like 75 and sunny.
Was that the first time you'd ever been over there?
Yeah. It was worlds away. Bill Snyder is the cinematographer, producer, director, and he's done some really great stuff. Seen a lot of his work in different commercials and whatnot, but a couple years ago he did the first feature-length mountain bike film, and it was called Tread. And it was successful enough that he decided to come out with the sequel, Retread.
Retread, Tread 2.
Tread was based on action. As it turned out, people wanted to know about who the riders were, where they were riding. The culmination, I guess, of that change is this trip to Nepal.
This city it's like the gauntlet. I mean, it's insane riding around the streets.
They're moving through alleyways and corridors, and all this stuff is whizzing, coming at the camera the way it's coming at the rider. Are we ready to go? Let's do it.
It's coming from the side.
Yeah, stay back.
It's coming from the back.
Yeah, like about where Doug is.
There's just so much traffic and bikes and people and rickshaws and trucks and buses. And you're breathing diesel and it's crazy, but it's a rush.
Stop for a second. I'm going to change lenses.
I don't think I was in that. Bill decided to go more the route with the typical Joe like myself that has a job but really enjoys mountain biking and kind of actually lives to do it.
And I think that's what myself and Perry bring to this film is we just love having a great time and the mountain bike happens to be the means through which we enjoy ourselves.
Everybody ready? Okay, and action!
Bill has been a bike rider for a long, long time. It's a passion of his. It enables him to get into a position where he's capturing subtle things on film that someone that didn't have his background would not be able to capture. Yeah, you get a lot of great rushes when you catch some air, get a good single track, and you're just, you're just roosting it. But it's more about doing something you love to do and being places that you love to be.
That's a hell of a hat that you're wearing. It goes real well with the earring. Five through the nose for the daring. You got to pardon me if I'm scaring.
So much area and so much rugged terrain. It's very, very cool.
Okay, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here we're going. Rolling.
Take one.
Okay, and watch your shadow. Go.
Nepal is an amazing place. Being on a bike, you're interacting, you're traveling within their environment. You're not passing through it in a vehicle that kind of cuts you off. Not only is it just beautiful naturally, but it's a rare experience to go almost as if you've been traveling in a time machine and get back to this a completely different way of life.
Hey, it's downhill time.
A lot of times it's great because you come down something and you're just on the edge of control, and you get down and you just start laughing to yourself, and you can't believe you actually made it down in one piece.
We make it.